Well, Trish Discord is an indie alternative artist from Queens, New York, who's on the line with us here. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, it's exciting to have you on the show because you've recently released a new album, The Aftermath of 2016, and it's politically charged, right?
Yes. So I was in the UK during Brexit and as a
Ah.
student. So I wrote about Brexit itself and being there as an international student and how that felt. And then came back to the US when Trump was just elected. So it
Ooh.
has themes of that as well as things that were going on in my personal life at the time.
Yeah, that's such a thrilling year to go through. What made you want to write an album about it?
I think it was just, to me, historically, we all will remember that year. I mean, I feel like even 10 to 20 years from now, we're still going to remember, 2016 as that big year when those two big things happened. So
Yeah.
I felt that, may as well write about the times and how that felt rather than, forget the past, because obviously if we don't learn from history, we repeat it.
So, what did you think of those events? Are they positive or negative?
Negative is definitely how I felt. Yeah, so Take Me Away is actually about how I felt sort of like an escapism tendency because of, almost feeling like there was no way I could stay there as a US, student that needed a work visa to be sponsored. And, obviously the EU people would need sponsorship too.
Mm.
And so I wrote that about, wanting to stay there and almost feeling like London was my second home, but also then, knowing that my life will change soon and I may as well travel in Europe while I can and enjoy it. And
Yeah.
then Strife was about, those political events and sort of like the response I had to them and feeling like we had to take charge politically and, not just sit there complacent.
It being called The Aftermath of 2016, is it kind of about the years since as well, maybe?
Yes, I would say so. I think 2016 had, sort of a rippling effect on us, and it
Yeah.
still does today. So I would say it was sort of about, the time during it and also like things that will happen after as well, or how I felt afterwards, I guess you could say.
Yeah. And how would you describe it musically? Because it's quite rocky, isn't it? And maybe a little bit of new wave in there.
Yeah, funny enough, when I was sending this out to album reviewers, I kept getting a lot of different responses. I mean, some people would say it's like indie rock, others alternative. Some
Yeah.
people thought it was just like, electronic. I would say it's got a mix of all different genres. I personally listen to all different genres, so it
Yeah.
probably for that reason has that. And my producer, is an EDM type of person. She likes Crystal Castles, Mitski, but then my mixer, he likes hard rock like me, like Linkin Park and bands like that. So I think it's sort of like a blend of like the rock, indie rock elements as well as hard rock with electronic, is what I say.
Yeah, it's interesting because a lot of political songs end up being rock, don't they? Why is that?
I think it's just an emotional genre, I mean,
Yeah.
pop, I feel like you can express yourself, but also it has to sound pretty. While rock, it's sort of like you can be raw and your authentic self.
Yeah. So why are you releasing this now in 2022 when this was 6 years ago that all this stuff happened? Is it just only ready now?
Yeah, I guess you could say, at the time I did not have the money to, produce and have all this mixed. And also, I think, I sort of reflected more on as the years went on. And there were times that I don't even know if I wanted to release these songs, because I
Yeah.
felt like, is anyone going to relate to them? Are they going to be, good enough? And then,
Mm.
so far I've had positive responses, so I'm happy I did. But
Yeah.
I think I sort of just sat on these songs a while, and also, didn't have the money to produce it and have a whole album made.
Yeah. Do you worry about a negative reaction? Because there will be some people who did support Brexit and did support Trump, or do you not really care what those people think, really?
I guess I would say I don't really care because no matter what you do as an artist, you put yourself out there and someone's not going to like it. And I think it's sort of an expected response. And if everyone likes what you're doing, it's kind of I don't think that's possible. So
Yeah.
um, I think, and also I think it's important, like, who likes you, who doesn't. If someone
Mm.
doesn't like you and you don't actually admire the person, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's for sure. Would you say this album album musically is similar to what you normally like to do?
I would say yes. I think my normal style was a little bit more just straight up rock before, but what I listen to is also like a mix of genres, as I mentioned. So I think this one, I sort of tried to incorporate the stuff I listen to more and also, expand and be more than just alternative rock, but also have, indie and electronic elements in there.
Do you find that it mixes well?
Yeah, I think it does. I try to think of it like Linkin Park, for example, like they were, genre benders and Fallen in Reverse and bands like that. So I think it's, definitely possible. You just have to execute it the right way.
Yes, for sure. So what first got you interested in making music back in the day?
Music was always my escape, my outlet, and what I would listen to and, how I'd express myself.
Yeah.
And so eventually I just started writing my own songs because I just felt like I needed my own outlet to, say how I was feeling, because there were some songs that I felt like, couldn't express it the way I did. And so I think it just started in high school. I started writing songs, and then, through college, learning more about music until eventually after college, I thought, okay, you know what, may as well take these songs that I've written and do something with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Trish Discord, is that your real name?
Discord is not. Funny enough, I did not know about the Discord app at the time when I thought of that name. So people think that it's something to do with the app, but it is not. I sort of just made the name because I thought of it as like a, unsettling feeling and a conflict that isn't resolved. And I feel like that's what the theme of a lot of my songs are.
Yeah, especially this new album, I suppose.
Yes, exactly.
Do you think you'll have even more albums on the way after this one?
Yeah, definitely. I think what I'll probably be doing is, releasing singles here and there, and then eventually maybe a year or two another album and have something, I guess maybe on 2020 or who knows, like whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking, because that's probably an even more memorable year than 2016, isn't it? Because of everything that happened. So exactly. When will that be out? 2026?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, if I can, I guess have the funding before then it will become earlier. But if not, then most likely, 2024, 2025.
Yeah, but the years go by so quickly. I'm just thinking 2022 is already significant, but it's actually summer now. And before we know it, it'll be 2023.
Exactly, yeah. So I feel like probably a year or two will be when my next one is released.
Yes. Well, in the meantime, this latest album is called The Aftermath of 2016. And where are all the places that it's available?
On all streaming platforms, actually. So Spotify, Apple Music, and on YouTube, I actually just released my music video for I Can't Wait to Forget You off the album.
Oh, that sounds exciting. What kind of video is it? What can we expect from it?
I guess you could say, I don't know how to describe it, but if you've ever heard of Pale Waves, there's a video called There's a Honey, and I got a lot of inspiration from that. And they had a lot of like cool effects that were natural, but you could play with the camera a lot. So I'll leave it at that.
Yes, that sounds thrilling. We'll have to check it out ourselves. And are you on any kind of social media and places where we can keep up to date with you?
Yes, I'm on Instagram, Facebook. I am on Twitter occasionally, but I would say Instagram and Facebook are my main social media.
Excellent. Well, many thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you soon, hopefully.
Yes, thank you so much.